If someone had come up to me a few years ago and asked me, "Are you working harder or smarter in the gym?" I'd be like, "Psst, both, obviously." But to be honest, I'd be lying to myself, at least my future self. Because although I was working hard in the gym, I wasn't working as smart as I could have been. And looking back, it's like, no wonder I wasn't making progress as fast as I could have. No wonder I wasn't getting stronger in the gym. No wonder I was hitting a plateau for the longest time. So I thought, let's see, let's share this. Maybe there's a few of you out there who are stuck in the same boat and you just don't know it. So you might have clicked on this video and you're thinking, this isn't for me, but who knows? Maybe just one of these things are problems that you are dealing with that you don't even know. So let's dig in. So let's go into the first one, and that would be keeping my breaks too short. Now, I'm not talking about like just jumping around, which I did. Believe me, I did. But I mean, like, I'm not talking jumping around with no breaks. I mean, like 30-second breaks, 45-second breaks. I would just now. There's no set time, so I can't say, hey, make your rest periods, 3 minutes. It really depends on the intensity of the exercise, if it's a compound movement or not. And I mean, if it's something heavy like squats or something, you're not going to want to bench or squat or do pull-ups and be keeping your breaks really really short. But that being said, I thought by shortening my breaks, even though I was still able to push hard, at least what I assumed to be hard. Obviously, not hard enough had I made my breaks longer, of course. But that was killing my game. It was definitely killing my games. I thought, hey, I'm keeping the intensity there. I'm shortening my workout, 45 minutes in and out. You know, and this is like trying to include warm ups and all that crap, and sometimes an hour, but still, it wasn't worth it. Like, make sure you aren't rushing your breaks. Now, in fact, because I still have the tendency of just thinking, oh, I'm ready, let's push the next one. I make sure I time my breaks. For the most part, like all the time, I'm timing my breaks because I realize that if I forget to time myself, I jump back in way before I should have. And up until today, that still happens because I feel like I can go. And it's not very effective. Um, by I at least I found by breaking a little longer, um, by being diligent about my breaks and actually timing my breaks, I'm able to push heavier, for longer also, so for more sets. Like my strength stays there, it doesn't rapidly decline over my workout. Um, and that aside, more so was the fact that I was plateauing before. This was one of the things that really helped with that. So adding in those breaks allowed for better recovery, but also allowed for better PR, so better personal records. I was actually starting to increase once I implemented that. I started to actually increase um, my strength, because that's another thing is I track my workouts. So, and I recommend that if you can track it on your phone. It's easy, and that way you know if you're actually going up in strength. And if you aren't, then maybe take a look at your breaks. Maybe you aren't giving yourself enough rest. I wish I had realized that sooner, because that was so stupid. Like, I honestly just thought I was keeping the intensity there because, when I was really younger in high school, I jumped for like 2 hours and we jumped with a group of people, and your breaks would be so long. And reading all these magazines like Men's Health and Muscle Fitness, all those magazines. A lot of the recommendations is to keep those workouts short and intense. Keep it like a bank robbery. Like you just want to get in, get it done, get out. So that was always my mentality. But Not when it comes to muscle growth, at least. If that's the goal, then no. I am not a fan of HIIT workouts. I'm not a fan of trying to combine strength training and cardio. I feel like they should be done separately, and they're more effective. At least I found they tend to be more effective when done um, apart. The next thing would be um, training training one muscle a day, a session, having a chest day or an arm day. Now, this is really great, but the only thing is, I thought it was great at least because I was able to do a ton of exercises, um, and I'll be able to like really hit the chest from all angles, you know. But no, 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 just don't do it. At least it didn't work. Well, it didn't work for me. Maybe it would work for you, but um, I found it more optimal, at least for my muscle growth. Maybe not for like the way I felt or the way I enjoyed my workouts or my pump or anything like that, but for muscle growth specifically, I found it more beneficial to switch to gymming more body parts per session, so that you're able to like gym, um, if possible, gym each body part twice a week. I mean, once a week is enough. Um, because there was a time when I was gymming like every second day only, and I was still seeing great results. But back when I was doing like one muscle group a day kind of thing, like arms, shoulders, chest, legs, back, that sort of thing, I wasn't seeing good results though. Honestly, I really wasn't. So I feel like now with the current workout that I'm doing now is push, legs, pull. I've added in a break now. Before I was actually not doing push, legs, pull, and then a break. But I saw some posts on TikTok that you're actually supposed to be adding the break in there. So now it's an 8-day split and not a 7-day split. So that's what I've been doing. But effectively, I get to work each body part twice a week. And I actually found that this is actually so much more beneficial because it like sort of totally recovers and I get to gym it again. So I'm getting in two workouts in more or less the same period, but I'm able to get a lot more. I want to say my intensity is a lot more, and it's not from a wow I'm sweating point of view, but I can push much heavier with my workouts if I sort of split it up. Where if I'm doing chest all in one day, I can't really effectively um, work my chest. I find that I can work my chest, I can recover, and I can work it again basically in the same week, as opposed to just that one session where it sort of rapidly declines and I'm not able to push heavy throughout the workout. So that's the second tip is don't do it. Even if it really looks good and it feels good for the pump, I found that long term, the actual muscle growth, because pump isn't everything, the actual muscle growth was much better with one of these, like a push legs pull or push pull legs. By the way, the reason why I do it push legs pull is because of Mike Mike Israeli. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but from Renaissance Periodization, I think. Hopefully, I'm not butchering that. But yes, he recommends doing push and then legs and then pull. Because doing push pull legs, your pull muscles like your back could still affect your leg workout the next day. So your legs generally wouldn't affect your back workout. So that's why I then do push legs pull. Just in case you're wondering. And then the next thing would be volume. Probably ties a little into my previous point, but too much volume. I thought that I could just add more, and there comes a point where you just out volume yourself. Like you added enough. Like, you can't go any further, and your strength is definitely not going to increase. So don't overdo it. Like I was supersetting like every exercise and drop setting and all of these advanced techniques, which are great. I mean, I'd been gymming for a long time by the time I started implementing it, but I added in too much volume, which started hindering my strength gains. Now I'm not going to tell you, hey, do so many sets. But because I feel like it probably differs for everyone. But what I will say is, if you are monitoring your strength and you're not able to go up, and you don't have to be going up each and every workout, of course, right? As long as you're getting better, you're progressing, maybe your form's getting better, that mind muscle connection was a bit better than your previous workout. But just in general, over time, if you're not going up, if your strength isn't increasing, then maybe look at the volume, because I know that was a big thing for me. I mean, I added the volume because I wanted the pump. I enjoyed the pump. I mean, who doesn't enjoy the pump? You feel like a beast when you walk out of the gym. Your skin's tight. You at your biggest, you primed at that. You saucy at that time. So don't chase the pump. I mean, pump is a good thing, but don't chase the pump to sacrifice, the actual muscle growth by adding in too much volume and just getting the blood, getting all of that in there, but not actually pushing heavier. At least that's what I found, is you have to find that good balance. So hopefully one of those, at least one of those, were things that you were doing, or things that you maybe could look into. Maybe you're not doing it as bad of a point or as extreme as I was doing it, but maybe you're doing it to some degree, and maybe even just dialing that down a little will help break onto that plateau. If it does, let me know, please. I'd really be interested. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you want more tips and just shared experiences to help make your journey just a little bit easier, then I would consider subscribing. And then hit that notification bell so that you don't miss the video, because I post daily. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.